Let me let you in on a little secret. Nobody knows what on earth they are doing. We're all very confused. We're all very lost in our own, I'd say, thinking. We all think that everybody else knows what they're doing. We all are under that indication that everybody's got their stuff kind of figured out and sorted out in life. And maybe you're about 24, 25, and you're a young man trying to figure yourself out in the world. You're trying to graft and create, I'd say, a legacy for yourself so that your family can see it, so that your wife and your future children can see it. But what's scary about that is that you know you're capable of more. You know you can achieve more in this life. You're decently intelligent, maybe not the top terms in intelligence or whatnot, but you know you're much more capable than what you're doing right now. And then what's quite difficult is you might look around, you might look on social media, and you might see people that are doing crazy stuff. And the worst thing about this is that it's a lot of young people. And that social media is directed towards you to make you think that you should be achieving a certain thing right now in this exact moment. If you're not, you're failing or you're a failure. You've got to ignore the noise, bro. You've got to just do it. You've got to just do something. And I think the most difficult thing about telling somebody to do something is that it doesn't happen straight away. You start something, you start like a new hobby. For example, for a lot of men, major hobbies are the gym. You want to look healthier in the gym. You want to look better in the gym. It also helps with your mental health. It makes you feel better. Maybe you want to start a martial art because you want to learn self-defense. You want to build confidence. You want to learn new techniques, new skills, new life skills. Maybe you want to start a business. You want to start, dabbling in sales or marketing, fully understanding the market and the psychology behind people's actions and why they might buy things. Maybe you want to level up in your career. Maybe you started off on the lower echelons of your career. Now you want to move up. You want to, just move up higher, make more money, build more respect and recognition. These are all the things that we desire. But what happens is we start off setting these new goals. And I always say that you should set goals for things that you're interested in. Always set goals because it's like a compass that navigates you to your destination. But we start off and we see no change. A lot of people give up. A lot of us men, we give up quite quickly because we don't see the progress. It's like as if you were playing, Tetris, and you're placing the little blocks, and for some reason, the same colored block doesn't come up for a while. And so you're starting to see that it's starting to pile up. Then every once in a while, 2 blocks come together. And then you start to see that those blocks dissolve. That's progress. But that happens very slowly. Very, very, very slowly. And I remember when I used to go to the gym and I didn't look my best. I was a bit overweight. I had a belly, no muscles, and I didn't look like a man. I wanted to look like a man, so I go to the gym to build muscle, to look good, to look attractive. And you don't see the results. You look unhealthy. You don't feel good. And then it's so hard to continue throughout that period. Or for example, you're starting a business and you're not seeing the progress. You're not seeing sales. You're not seeing customers. People aren't even clicking on your website. You know what you want in your life, and it makes it a whole lot more difficult when you see that you're not making the progress. You dream about the success and the money and the independence and the autonomy that you can have with your life, but you don't see progress because progress is slow. But you've got to stick with it, bro. Consistency matters so much. And not only that, but once you start to see progress, and this is something that I can say I fully understand, is when you start to see progress, don't get complacent, because oftentimes that progress is just to dangle the fruits of independence in your face. Because after you see that progress, will you start to see a slower growth? Just to ask you, or just to prod at you and ask you, are you truly ready for what it is that you want? Are you ready, bro? Consistency matters. Just do it. Do the thing that you want to do or need to do every single day. And I know it's slow and I know it's time consuming. You're tired, you're fatigued, your mental health is draining. You've got all these things to worry about. You've got to go to the gym to worry about your health. You've got to eat correctly. You want to read your books. You want to go out and meet friends. Maybe you don't have a lot of friends, but you know the friends that you have are going to be great once you see success, or you want to build, I don't know, a beautiful relationship with a woman, but you don't have the time to go out and do that because you're doing all these other things. Things will fall into place, man, but you've got to just do it. Don't worry about how, just do it. One quote that I love, and I kind of try and remember it as much as I can, I don't remember it as much as I usually could, is just get it out there. It doesn't have to be perfect. Whenever I started any sort of YouTube, I've done YouTube so many different times through the many different ages of my life. I started off with horrible camera quality, horrible audio, horrible everything. But what you come to learn in life is that once you do things consistently, do you start to see improvements? Do you start to naturally begin to improve things? But it's always better for discipline's sake and your own motivation that you just put it out there and you get it out there, bro. Consistency matters, so make sure that you're doing something. It doesn't have to be every single day. It doesn't have to be necessarily every single week, but try and keep consistency. Set a goal and make sure you do something at least maybe once or twice a week, or if it's not weekly, 2 times a month, 4 times a month. And remember, bro, you can achieve anything you want in your life, but you got to keep on moving forward. And remember, never forget who you are.